Dear students, it is the second video for week 7 and we are learning the state structure of Pakistan under Pakistan studies. Dear students, in the first video, we got that a state is the highest body framed by the human being from the time immemorial, mean quite prehistoric times, and state comprises on a definite people having a belief system or a political unity. They gain specific territory, mean a defined area, okay, and they make or frame a law, system of law, and they live accordingly, and the law is applicable, or mean the writ of that law is over all the areas and over all the people, okay, and there is no foreign interference or dictation in any kind, okay, is called a state. Fine. You all understand that Pakistan came into being in 1947 after a very long, dedicated, and painful struggle. Well, people of Pakistan currently, or the people of subcontinent, especially the Muslims, they thought that we are a different nation because our belief system, educational system, social setup, concept about the life here and hereafter is different from the other nations, other races living in subcontinent, like it is different from the British, I mean the Christians, it is different from the Hindus, we are different from Sikhs, Parsis, and all other fractions of the subcontinent. Clear? Therefore, living with them means to lose our own identity. And therefore, our life can simply be lived if we are living according to our own rule, belief, and system. Okay? Two-nation theory I'm talking about is the basics of the division of the subcontinent. And it is not the basic of division in subcontinent. Rather, two-nation theory is everywhere that the Muslims are entirely a distinct. Yes, there are certain similarities between the Muslims and the other religions like Christians and Jews, okay, and some other religions who are the sub branches of these main religions, okay, but we are completely different from the other people, other races and beliefs. So this is the background of the two-nation theory and the demand for the separate homeland. Okay, when Pakistan came into being in 1947 and after that, what is the state structure of Pakistan? You understand that Pakistan's state structure is based on the British system. Okay, the state structure normally British followed. Okay, because we got liberty from British, but our constitutional moves and system of government and many policies came under the American influence. Therefore, Pakistan is in Pakistan is a different product where we have made many experiments and we have added many flavors to our government, to our state structure. Well, cutting the long story in short, we have the three main pillars or the organs of the state. Number one is called executives, executive, okay, or in our words, in Urdu we say it intizamiya, okay, the ruling. Number two, parliament. It is called the legislature, okay, कानून साज इदारे जिन्होंने कानून बनाने होते हैं, and the judiciary or judicator or the judiciary. Fine, judiciary is called the adalte, the adliya, okay, that in case of disputes among any fraction or any organ or any component or any stakeholder in the state, to decide according to the law is called judiciary. So they are the three main pillars: executive, parliament, judicator or legislature or judiciary. Well, dear students, let's understand first what is the executive. Executive means the management, who has the authority to manage everything. Clear? The prime minister is the, okay, normally president in Pakistan, president of Pakistan is the head of the state and head of the executive, mean he is the overall leader of all the departments and all the functions of Pakistani state. He symbolizes unity and sovereignty of the Pakistan, mean the highest office. He is also the executive, and he has combination of many. The department of president is very important, has got the many combination. It is given here. Okay, right? The second most important, and according to the management, the top most department is called the prime minister. Fine. Let's start with president, that the president of Pakistan is the constitutional head. It is the representation of the sovereignty of Pakistan, okay, and it is one of the highest office. The second most important is prime minister. It is the head of the management, okay, and it is decided by the federal cabinet, okay, and federal cabinet are the members of the National Assembly and the Parliament. Fine, okay, they are the selected members of the National Assembly and Parliament, okay, and the federal cabinet is divided into ministers, okay, the heads of the different departments, and the advisors, those experts and sagacious people who assist ministers in making policies and implementing law and everything. Okay, now come to the parliament. Fine. Parliament is the lawmaking, the department which is the body of the highest level, and it is the lawmaking department. President is the head of the country, whereas the second highest department is Senate, okay, and National Assembly. These two departments, Senate and National Assembly, they make law, okay, for the country. Okay, similar laws are accredited by, approved by, authorized by president. President उनको sign करता है, तो they become law. Okay, these laws are referred to prime minister. Okay, ये तमाम कानून prime minister की तरफ जाता है, and prime minister according to the law runs the affairs of the state. To assist prime ministers, there is a federal cabinet, and federal cabinet applies these laws, okay, with the help of ministers and advisors, and this is how the system of the government runs. Okay, In case there is any problem, any issue between the parliament, president, prime minister, national assemblies, okay, and the federal cabinet or any, then the case is referred to the third organ of the state is called judiciary. Okay, Supreme Court is the highest court. Okay, it is the cardinal court. It is the highest court in Pakistan. Okay, and under the Supreme Court, there are other courts like Federal Shariat Courts, Provincial High Courts, and the courts of the Muhtasib, and then there is another system of the courts. Clear? The judiciary then decides. Dear students, currently, unfortunately, in our country, there is a political instability. Okay, and you find daily basis that reports that the case of the prime minister, the case of the parliament, okay, appointment of the parliament, okay, what happened in the Punjab assembly, and overall you find that every case finally was referred to the court, and the court had to decide which is fair or which is unfair. Fine, I'm sure that you have understood that in a country there is executive, parliament, and judiciary. This is the map of the federal government. Okay, but assemblies then also sublet that, for example, the state of Pakistan is comprises of the other units like Punjab is one unit, Sindh is one unit, KPK, Azad Jammu and Kashmir is one unit, KPK is one unit, Balochistan is one unit. Okay, so they provinces do have their own assemblies. Okay, and they follow the same system that the prime minister, the chief minister is the head of the entire province, executive head of the entire province. Okay, and there is a national assembly, provincial assembly, and there is a provincial cabinet. Okay, and there are the provincial courts and the high courts. Clear? So here, according to the Constitution of Pakistan, every province has right and has the liberty to legislate and make rules and regulations according to their own needs and desire. The students, I'm sure that you have understood about what is the state structure of Pakistan and what are the main components. Let's move to the next. The President of Pakistan. As I told you, the President of Pakistan is a ceremonial figure role, acting as the head of the state who represents the country as a whole. The President is the office which represents entire honor and respect of the country. He is the symbol. He is the symbol of the country. For example, you see that the President of America is considered to be the most powerful individual in the world. Secondly, President of Russia is also considered to be the highest figure in Russia that represents the Russian states. And President Tayyip Erdogan is also one of the major. I have given you the example of the three presidents that they express their country, and that is the honor of the country. Similarly, our president is also the honor for the country, and he is the head of many powers. President is elected for 5 years, okay, by the senators and members of the national assemblies and member of the provincial assemblies. Clear? A president can remain in the power for 2 terms consecutively. I mean, now normally 4 years or 5 years. Sometime previously it was 5 years, but now maybe 4 years a president can. Okay, one person can be president twice, but he cannot do more than that. President has certain functions to play. I mean, the appointments of the government, governors, taking oath from prime minister, appointment of the uh, armed forces officers and chancellors of the university. I mean, there is much more uh, in the office of the with the office of the president of Pakistan. Okay, now the qualification of for the president of Pakistan, that who can be the president of Pakistan. As per the Article 41, Clause 2 of the Constitution of Pakistan 1973, a president must be a Muslim. I mean, the president of Pakistan ought to be a Muslim, at least 45 years of age. Okay, he must be 45 years old, and it is not necessary that a president must be a member of Senate, National Assembly, or the provincial assemblies, but he should have the qualification, okay, to be elected as the member of the National Assembly. I mean, he should possess the similar qualification as the member of the National Assembly do, कि उसके पास इतनी qualification होनी चाहिए, उस क्राइटेरिया पे होना चाहिए जिस क्राइटेरिया पर नेशनल असेंबली के और प्रोविंशियल असेंबली के जो लोग होते हैं वो होने चाहिए. Okay, the article of 62 of the Constitution of Pakistan. This is very important article. Okay, and you always hear about this article and debates that what is the Article 62 of the Constitution of Pakistan. Actually, the Article 62 of the Constitution of Pakistan expresses the quality or the legality or the being necessary things in president of Pakistan, character of the, I mean, what type of the person a president is qualified or liable or is fit for the presidency. Okay, criteria. Number one, according to nominated by a political party as a presidential candidate, I mean, no person can participate into election. It should be nominated by the political parties, and the members of the parliament, the member of National Assemblies, member of the Senate, and member of the provincial assemblies, they all together elect president. Okay, and there should be a presidential election in Senate, National Assembly, and provincial assemblies who vote for their favorite candidate. Okay, normally normally the candidate of the majority party in the parliament and provincial assemblies, they have their candidate elected as president. Other things of the qualification of the president is should be honest, fair, sane, okay, and he should not be involved any illegal activities. Fine. So this is the qualification for the president of Pakistan. The students, move next. Powers of the president of Pakistan. That what powers, what authorities, what functions the president of Pakistan plays while functioning in the office. Okay, all the legislation made by the parliament needs assent of the president of Pakistan before becoming into force. Mean all the law which is devised by the parliament by the National Assemblies and by the Senate or by the provincial assemblies, they have to be finally signed or approved by the president. कि जो भी कानून बनता है बेटा उसकी मंजूरी जो होती है वो president ने देनी होती है. President of Pakistan makes some most important appointments on the advice of the Prime Minister. Okay, that the appointment on the highest offices, highest departments is made by the President of Pakistan, whereas Prime Minister suggests that these are the persons and you should appoint them, like the appointment of Chief Justice, Chiefs of the Armed Forces, Chairman, Joint Chief of Staff Committee, okay, or also the other offices, right? But in the current scenario, Prime Minister is the most important person because whatever the Prime Minister decides, the President usually is the member of their party, follows the directions of the Prime Minister. Therefore, the Prime Ministers, the political parties always want that the President be of their party. The Constitution of Pakistan empowers the President to grant pardon to the convicts or the recommendations to the executive or judiciary. Actually, this power is gained from the Western democracy. जिस तरह बादशाह है ना इंग्लैंड का, उसके पास ये कुव्वत होती है, उनके पास ये ताकत होती है कि वो जिसे चाहे माफ कर दे. Clear? And similarly, this is with power with the Prime Minister, President, but it is to some extent against the rules of justice, rule of the Islam. In Islam, only the Shariat designed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can give the pardon, माफ कर सकते हैं, or the affected party या फिर affected party जो है उसे माफ कर सकती है. President or Prime Minister, they don't have any power. Okay. The President himself has absolute constitutional immunity from criminal and civil proceedings, and no proceeding can be initiated or continued against him during the term of his office. This is one of the most enigmatic, controversial statement or power. It is called immunity, the rule of immunity. इस्तिस्ना, ये जो आप इस्तिस्ना कहते हैं, rule speaks that कि सदर पाकिस्तान जो है, कोई भी शख्स जो सदर पाकिस्तान का ओहदा संभाल ले, उसके खिलाफ किसी भी किस्म की क्रिमिनल यानी किसी भी फौजदारी अदालत में या सिविल अदालत में कोई मुकदमा नहीं चल सकता. No court can hear anything against the Prime Minister or the President of Pakistan जब तक वो ऑफिस में है. This is called immunity, and this is one of the thing that is directly contradicted with the Islamic spirit. Islam says that no person is beyond law. If someone, however, he is in the highest office, has committed something wrong, okay, he should be called in question to the court of law. कि भाई कोई भी शख्स वो कितने ही ओहदे पर हो, अगर उसने कोई गलती की है, उसके खिलाफ कोई मुकदमा है, तो should be called in law. तो वो कानून में आए और उसको डिफेंड करे. And there are many examples in the Islamic rule where the Khalifa, where the king had to appear before the court of law and defend his position. On the advice of the Prime Minister, the President appoints governors in the provinces as the representative of the Federation. Okay? This is, the governorship is something mean they appoint governors, and governor actually is a parallel government system. याद रखिएगा, एक सिस्टम है which is with the assent of the people. जब लोग वोट देते हैं, प्राइम मिनिस्टर बनता है, वजीर आला और प्राइम मिनिस्टर इन द सेंटर, और वजीर आला जो होते हैं वो प्रोविंसेस के अंदर गवर्नमेंट को देख रहे होते हैं. लेकिन if there happens something wrong, some mismanagement happens, okay, then these governors can take over the entire system. वो सारा system take over कर सकते हैं, okay, and they can act as the managers, and they are, because in province there are certain things which are done at the name of the governors. This is a parallel system. On the advice of the prime minister, the president can dissolve the national assemblies. Clear? And this is, you heard that on the advice of the prime minister, the president can dissolve the national assemblies. And this is maybe a latest thing. Otherwise, the presidents of the past had the power to dissolve the national assemblies at any time. For example, the late Farooq Ahmad Khan Lagari dismissed the government of Mohtarma Benazir Bhutto in 1993, okay, under the presidential powers. Well, dear students, the executive branch. Now we are going to talk about the prime minister. There are executive branch, two heads. President we have explained, but the real executive, real powerful person is the prime minister. Fine, Wazir-e-Azam. The prime minister is the head of the government of Pakistan and is known constitutionally as the chief executive. Clear? Head of the government of Pakistan. Pakistan की जो government है उसका head prime minister है. Government का head prime minister है. Not the state. ये दो चीजें हैं. There are two differences. State क्या है और government क्या है. बेटा state होती है वो चार चीजें हमने बनाई ना, लोग, इदारा, लोग, territory और ये चीजें, they're called state. State सबसे आला चीज होती है. Government असल में क्या है कि जो department state ने बनाए हैं ना, उनके अंदर काम करने वाले जो ऑफिस में लोग हैं, ठीक है ना, और जो पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज हैं वो अपना प्राइम मिनिस्टर इलेक्ट करते हैं, दिस एंड दैट इज कॉल्ड गवर्नमेंट. ठीक है ना. तो गवर्नमेंट चेंज, स्टेट डजंट चेंज. स्टेट वही रहती है, गवर्नमेंट जो है वो चेंज होती है, लोग चेंज होते हैं. सही ना. पाकिस्तान वही है, अमेरिका वही है, रशिया वही है, इंडिया वही है, लेकिन आप देखते हैं गवर्नमेंट्स चेंज होती हैं, लोग चेंज. कभी इंडिया में कभी बीजेपी आ गई, कभी कांग्रेस आ गई, कभी कुछ पाकिस्तान के अंदर, कभी नून लीग, कभी पीटीआई, ओके, और कभी पाकिस्तान पीपीपी, ओके. सिमिलरली गवर्नर्स चेंज, ओहदों के ऊपर लोग चेंज होते रहते हैं, स्टेट डजंट चेंज. फाइन. Therefore, it's a very slight difference. You should know that government is different, state is different. Clear? Prime Minister is popularly elected by direct elections in the parliament. I mean, in election, normally we give vote and MNAs are elected. They make the cabinet, parliament, national assembly, from national assemblies, other from, finally a prime minister is elected. He is also called the leader of the house. Prime Minister is responsible for appointing a cabinet, okay, appointment of the federal secretaries, chief secretaries of the provinces, administrative and military persons. Mean overall the appointment on all the departments, major departments in the federal Markaz mein, in particular, and in provinces in some cases, okay, ambassadors, high commissioners is the responsibility of the Prime Minister of Pakistan. The cabinet comprises of the 50 members, including the Prime Minister, okay. And now we move to the next qualification for the Prime Minister of Pakistan. Okay, there are some clauses from the law that a Prime Minister of Pakistan must be a citizen of Pakistan, and in case of National Assembly, if a person is being elected from the National Assembly, he should not be less than 25 years of age. Age should be at least 25 years. Okay. Similarly, he should be a man of good character. He should follow the Islamic injunction, mean he should be a staunch Muslim. He must have the adequate understanding and knowledge, मतलब उसके पास इस्लामिक तालीमात का एक माकूल इल्म होना चाहिए, and he should be a person obligatory duties कि वो इस्लामी he must be the one who follows the basic Islamic rules in the private and as well as in the civic and official life. He abstains from major sins, और वो बुनियादी कबायर बड़े मेजर जिसे आप गुनाह कबीरा कहते हैं उनमें इन्वॉल्व ना हो. Clear? He is sagacious, he should be intelligent, wise person, righteous, पाकबाज होना चाहिए, non profligate, honest and अमीन, और उसको इंतशार फैलाने वाला नहीं होना चाहिए, ईमानदार होना चाहिए. Okay, and he should not be declared somehow criminal from any court of law. Clear? And a prime minister must not be the person against the ideology of Pakistan. Fine. So they are some of the qualifications of the prime minister. So we came to know that the prime minister is the head of the management in Pakistan. He is also known as the chief executive of the management or state of Pakistan. A prime minister is elected with the vote from the members of the National Assemblies, mean elected members of the people. Okay, and then prime minister frames a cabinet. Okay, and that cabinet runs the affairs of the state. A prime minister of Pakistan must be not less than 25 years of age. He should be a Muslim. He should have the better understanding of the Muslim rules, law and injunctions. He should be honest. He should not be involved in any major sins. Student, I'm sure that you have understood this discussion. Thank you very much.